right, Zach.
Yes.
Have you ever operated a 3D printer?
I've heard of them. Yeah, that's for those that don't know, that's a joke. I have a 3D printer that Michael now has. And I religiously, probably for a year, I probably like, every day is an overstatement, but like at least weekly,
Do you miss it?
It's like one of those addictive things where I'm kind of glad I don't have it.
Gotcha.
Because I would work over here and have like to wash myself, and I would just be like, I would like every morning when I had a time like I had to start a print, so it'd be done at night or the next day, and I would go out and
so
come back
you'd
and
let it print overnight.
I did,
Yeah.
And it was like really fun and really great, and you'd be like, oh, print messed up, you'd be bummed, you do it again. It's like it was really fun. You're like watching the progress. I do miss it in that sense, but I don't miss it in right now is not a good time in my life for one. But man, if I get, so I'm glad you have it.
Yeah.
Because if I get it back, it's gonna be kind of crazy. So I'm excited where this is going.
Yeah. So speaking of bad prints, this is
Oh, that's
one
the
bad
silk.
print. Yeah,
Doesn't the silk look nice?
It does
like
look
when
really
it prints,
nice.
right? Yeah.
This is what. So we gave your printer to Alex, who got it working.
Yeah.
And he was using the white PLA for a long time. But when he gave it to me, this was in here. And I've been scared to change it out.
Oh, yeah. It's just easier. Too.
But I think I need to print some things not in this, probably white.
I will tell
so
you, silk, to me, silk is harder to print than normal PLA.
Okay.
And if you look at the PLA and PLA Plus, I usually recommend the PLA Plus is a little bit more sturdy. And those two, like, easy prints.
Gotcha. So this is what this was supposed to be. So I did get a wolf out of it.
Oh, this looks it looks really nice. Yeah.
So wolves are a reoccurring animal
it looks
in
like
our
fur,
D&D.
you know?
Yeah, it does. And then I purchased online a SLT file.
Oh,
it's like
okay. Oh, yeah.
$6.
Yeah.
Of my character, but so that is basically
look at that.
Our character
Bow
that we
and
use.
arrow.
That's a little bit larger because the first time I printed it had some problems. I had to rechange the structure.
It's pretty amazing.
This is the right size. But you can see there's a little bit of webbing in there, but I don't think I'm going to try to take that off because
it's so
delicate.
It's like it's tedious and delicate, and then it's like you mess up one of the supports or the webbing or whatever, and then it's like, oh, I just cracked off the head.
Yeah. This guy has so he's got a cape. This is supposed to be a flute in his hand.
Oh,
he's a musician. He plays
loser.
not like a flute like you'd think here, more like a wooden recorder.
And is that better? A recorder? That's like what I did in 4th grade. I'm just kidding. No, this is very cool.
Yeah. He's got a rapier, so you can see that sword on his side.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And if you could see his hand, it's like there's a little smoke there because he's a cleric, so he does like healing spells and stuff like that.
Nice. Have you ever heard of a resin printer? Have I talked to you about this?
Yeah. We had a resin printer at formerly Spayware, now Nywick. And so it's like this big vat of resin, and there's 3 lasers.
Boom.
And they hit... It's where they have to hit all 3 of them to form this laser, and it's very the resin to harden it. It's very precise. Yeah.
You can get I know a lot of people use it for that exact thing for game figures. Also, I think it's toxic, so you have to have like ventilation, or you have to have better ventilation than like normal. I mean,
so I could have bought this
like
from the company,
but
printed
you were like,
out, and it's like $35-$40. I was like. For $6, if I can buy the file, I'll just print it myself.
I should show you if I can find it next time. I printed out like the little trains for like Mexican Dominoes. Have you seen this? And it looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks really good. I was gonna say, does Northwood have 3D printers?
Not that I'm aware of, no. But it's a good technology to learn.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe there should be a 3D print club.
Yeah.
That like my sister's school is like
grade?
And it's
5th grade looking for some clubs.
Yeah. I'm just saying that because that would be good because it is like problem solving and developing.
It is.
And you can
it's not a science. It's an art because I learned
it is
even doing this what type of feeling I want to make because the first time I printed this it just kind of crumbled. I was like, okay, I got to change my supports out.
Yeah.
I'd made it the tiniest layers and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's different things you can do to kind of hone in on something like this. But if you're doing something that's like a box, you don't need that stuff.
You can save time.
Yeah.
You can do like cool designs. And it sounds silly, but there is a difference if it's like little like silk PLA versus normal PLA. It's like not that big a difference, but you do want to maybe like 5 degrees, 8 degrees on the temperature. It does make a difference.
Yeah. So your printer always wants to go to 200 degrees.
Yeah.
And I had to put it up to 210 because the silk PLA is 210 plus or minus 10.
Gotcha.
And you'll see the nozzle temperature like kind of float in and around 210, go up to like 214 and down to like 204 or whatever, and it'll go around there.
They should definitely do that, and then we could use the 3D printer, like a really nice one, you know? Yeah. So anyway,
that would be nice. Yeah.
Nice. That is good. I'm glad it's being put to good use. It is so fun to do. It is a pain to change out the PLA, but that is like really, really cool.
Yeah. Are there any tips on changing that out?
It's actually really not. There's like 2. If you look on YouTube, there's 2. There's like I can't remember which is better. There's like a hot pull and a cold pull, and I don't know which one is preferred. I usually have mine kind of heated up because it like is a little bit easier. You just gotta like
50,
jam it through.
60 degrees or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's a YouTube video, and some people are very strong. Like, don't do the cold pull. You're gonna mess something up. You know, when you pull it out.
Alex was saying if you take the PLA and cut it at a point,
Angle.
because there's a little bit of a...
It's like a loop-de-loop, not a loop-de-loop, but there's
that you gotta
angles and
get
stuff.
to go through, and if it's just flat, it doesn't want to make that angle.
You have... that's really smart. You have to have the angle, and it's still a little bit annoying. It's really not hard, but it might take you like 5 minutes. It's like not hard, but if something takes you like 8 minutes, it's like very frustrating. It's like not that long of a time, but you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's exciting. I like the print updates. Man, I love it.
That was before I leveled it with a paper, because I didn't realize I had to do that. Because I just used the auto leveling.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this should be good.
It should be.
And I came back, and those things were like floating around while it was trying to print.
Oh, you're just like in midair doing the...
Yeah.
Great. Has Alex, he has his new printer?
He has his own printer now. So.
Oh, dude, I bet it's killer.
Yeah.
Has he showed you what he's printed?
No, I don't know what he's got. I don't know if he got one like yours or what.
I bet it's good because my printer used to print better than it does now. I feel like I haven't printed it in years, and he got like a next level up.
Yeah.
Like I bet it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's like so fun to print.
Yeah.
I printed so many things. All of them useless. All of them like not super functional, but it's great.
We have that ornament that you printed. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do. That was an intensive print. I mean, it took a long time, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
When you go like a little bit bigger than this, it like has less blemishes. You know,
Right.
It's so hard to get that small detail, but it is annoying. Nothing's ever like perfect. There's like a little bit, but it's so fun. You can just make it. I made like a gas cap for like my car. It wasn't it like fit, but it wasn't good. But you can do like little things like that, you know.
And the gasoline won't eat at the resin?
I didn't use it. I stopped using it. It was like, oh, it fit. I was like, I probably should use the normal one.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So it wasn't like you didn't have one. You were just like trying to.
Yeah,
it was cool.
I was trying to do like functional things. So I was looking at all these functional parts, but I was like, most of my stuff are like containers and like shell. Like I'll have to show you some of this if I can find it, because it was like so fun. But anyway,
cool.
A lot of 3D print talk.
There. All right. You just said something like nothing's ever perfect.
Oh.
And that would people would say the same about our podcast.
In fact, people have said that's what's prompting this podcast. Michael had the great idea to respond to some comments.
Yeah.
Because we're getting comments.
We are getting comments. We started putting out Muy Moss shorts. So it's really weird how YouTube...
It's so weird.
Because you look at them, you're like, why did this one... And is it like YouTube getting served up? Or is it like the first few people that see it, how they react
Propel
to it?
Yeah.
Does it make it either go or not go? So just a word of the wise, if you see one of our shorts, just let it run for like 5 minutes. Like it, comment. Just
watch it 6 times.
Yeah.
And like it. Because it is bizarre. We're posting slightly more shorts, and... for the most part, really gotten a lot of views, but it's so bizarre to be like, hey, here's 2,000 views, then hey, here's like 15 views. Yeah, 4. It's like very drastic.
Yeah, there was one. So I guess I'm learning also the art of that, because I'm taking like what I consider good little nuggets out of a longer format.
Yeah.
squashing us, on one on top of the other. And then I named 3 of them very similar, or maybe even the same.
Yeah.
And the third one, it just was not doing well. And I changed the title. Boom! It went up to like 1.6K.
Crazy.
And it's like, okay, it's like, I don't know. We'll see.
Man, well, that's what we're going to talk about now. Some of these comments,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that because we got some good ones. Let's go ahead and take it to the next level. From the hearts of the Low Country in South Carolina.
It's the Take 2 podcast, where we take theology to the next level. Quite a few comments. We're only going to get to 2 commenters.
Okay, great.
So if you commented something and we don't address it, re-comment or something.
Do it again.
These are the 2 that I felt were kind of the most pointed.
Okay, yeah.
And I wanted to address them. And the first one was on our longer format on the moral argument. So the moral argument for God's existence. And Strange Pan said, this is about 3 weeks ago, said, y'all do your viewers a disservice by so poorly misrepresenting the counterpoints you bring up. It does very little to strengthen your own position. It's like testing bulletproof armor with airsoft. Try discussing these things with an actual atheist who knows what they're talking about.
First off, I want to say thanks for commenting, and fellow Southerner, y'all. So we got some common ground here.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Have you heard about the Y'all Bible?
No, I haven't.
So we have often mentioned the fact that in most languages, you can be singular or plural. So this Bible puts in a y'all for all the plural use, so you
helpful.
clarify
that is helpful.
That is talking to multiple people in the second person or one person.
It's one of the few pluses KJV brings to the table is the thou, and the ye and all this stuff. That's great. But y'all, so I was trying to do clues. Strange. The name doesn't help me a ton. Strange Pan. Could be anything. But y'all. So anyway.
Yeah, and I will try to comment or maybe comment the name so it shows back up, because you may not be a all-time follower. I understand that. Sometimes YouTube allows me to do that, and sometimes it doesn't. And I wonder if it's like privacy settings for the individual account, whether you can tag someone. Yeah. But, all right, so my first comment, like you said, thank you. Appreciate the input, and it makes us be a little bit retrospective. And
it's honestly really helpful, like, to your comments, to get pushback like that, so we can think through things better or different, or at least do something like this where we're probably kind of on your side with this one, and the fact that we're not trying to, dismantle a straw man.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to do that. But my first question is, why is that wrong?
Oh, why is it wrong to build up a poor argument and take it down? Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're doing the moral argument, like turning it around. Yeah, that's good.
Is there some standard that we should live by with our podcast? And this is a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's a good question. Because I appreciate the input, Strange Pan, but it's almost as if you think that we have a moral obligation or a duty to treat the opponent fairly. And I think we would both agree that we do have that. Yeah. But that in and of itself is ironic. Because you could have said this maybe on like the theological argument or something like that. But your comment came in on the moral argument. And so it strengthens
if something's
the moral
like a disservice,
argument.
if it's poorly done, it's what's the big deal?
Yeah. So only, and there has to be objective moral arguments or objective moral duties and values for this to go through, because if it's just subjective, it's like you're saying, I don't like it when you do that. But it's fine. And I don't like chocolate ice cream.
I like red. Yeah, it's like fine.
Yeah. So I just thought it was ironic, just taking a step back from the challenge itself, there is an implied duty that we have to represent our opponents fairly, and that speaks to the moral argument.
And to say it again, We agree. We agree with you that there should be some objective, like that we should represent things well.
Yeah. So I thought maybe we just go over the moral argument because I think we hit all these things, and I don't think.
What's the? I wish I knew what the specific pushback was, or like which area.
Part did we not do? So just the moral argument in a nutshell was, if God does not exist, then objective moral values and duties do not exist. Mm-hmm. Objective moral values and duties do exist, therefore God must exist. So that is how we phrased it here. And we are going to say that the best explanation for objective moral values and duties is a transcendent God. And so when I read this, I think I told you this, like I just responded in like a little selfie video because I was just like, I was thinking about it. I was like, I want to say these things. So as I was responding, I was driving. I just had it on my little magnetic thing recording. So I kind of wanted to get the
you're in the moments,
like,
capture
the language. Yeah. And as I was driving, a 55 mile an hour speed sign went by. And that's a physical thing. Mm-hmm. And it is informing me, however, of a non-physical reality.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
There's a physical reality of my velocity. That is a physical thing that we can measure. But the non-physical reality is that there is a body of people in the state of South Carolina who have an authority over me. We could, you can debate government authority, but we'll just say that authority is a non-visible thing. And so we're saying that they are a proper authority to make a law that passes, and that physical sign is informing me of that law, but it is not the law itself.
It's not the law, but it kind of, you look at that and you're like, oh, a law exists. There's something there.
Right. And so I just use that to reinforce this idea that laws, moral laws and duties are non-physical. They're not physical.
Yeah, that's right.
If we walked into someone's garage and picked up a garden hose, and I gave you every possible physical description of that act, like anything you wanted to know, I could tell you, you still wouldn't know whether we broke a moral law or duty or not, because you'd have to know things like ownership or permission to borrow, those types of things, and those are non-physical things.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. The non-physical side of things. I'm like trying to rack my brain for like, what's like what would Strange Pam, like what would he say? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah. So most of the time when folks, there's two premises that you can attack. Basically, first premise says that you can't have objective moral values and duties without God. You can have subjective, but you can't have objective. Second premise is saying that they actually exist. So in order to defeat the argument, you either have to somehow try to ground objective moral values and duties in something other than God.
Okay. Which would be like
DNA, evolution, social contract type of stuff. So you might try to ground them in an abstract non-physical object like a Platonian object. Sorry, I'm getting wrapped up in my cords. So the problem is abstract objects are causally effete. Big words. They cannot stand in a causal relationship. So even if there are Platonic solids or Platonic ideals that do exist apart from God, we could say that the idea of goodness as an abstract object exists, but it only exists, in my view, in the mind of God. But even if I were to grant you goodness exists outside of God, and it is its own thing like a Platonic substance, it's causally effete. There's nothing that would say I have to obey it.
Right. It's just out there.
It's just out there. Just like the purest perfect nature of a chair is out there. The purest perfect nature of a triangle is out there. Doesn't mean I have to make a chair that conforms to that. In fact, I can't make a chair that conforms to it. So
that's good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what other things that you might try to ground objective moral values and duties. Yeah. Most of the time, what I have heard in talking with people on the street, it's evolution.
Okay, so we're talking DNA, we're talking evolution. It's like we're just made this way. It's how we've survived. It's like we can keep the human race going through observing these actions.
Yeah, so lots of times they'll say it is in your survival nature to be cooperative.
Yeah.
It's in your survival nature to love. So we have basically been naturally selected to have these things. Well, first of all, that sounds like it's not objective. So it doesn't, that language by itself, at least how I'm phrasing it and how I best understand the argument, is not objective. But there are 4 huge hurdles for evolution to be the grounding of objective moral values and duties. First one, did evolution even happen?
Right. Yeah.
Now,
right.
and if there's an atheist, they're going to roll their eyes.
That's like always a given, probably in their mind.
But not so fast. And evolution really depends on, even though it presupposes, like if you read it, if you hear about it, they'll go, well, there was some RNA molecule, like even the starting of life.
Something, yeah.
And evolution, if you press someone who knows what they're talking about, and they'll go, evolution does not actually account for the start of life. It just accounts for natural selection after life starts. But so that aside, if we grant that, let's just grant to you that evolution did happen, then how does consciousness arise from that? So you got these molecules that.
That's a big leap, yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge leap there for consciousness. Okay, well, we could grant consciousness. Then you could ask, how could evolution in principle even affect something that's non-physical? Remember, we talked about that speed sign, physical thing, but how could our DNA, if we're talking about, love and justice and, not raping someone, not, probably that word always gets bleeped out, so maybe I'll have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
Not assaulting someone, all of those things, those ideas are, there's non-physical elements to those. Just because you see someone taking something or see someone mating with someone, you don't know from that whether something's been broken. But even if we could, let's say that we can grant that to you, the last bit is, even if evolution could affect something non-physical, evolution selects for survival, not truth, which was kind of what I was getting at before. So all we know is that if we're here as a product of blind evolutionary chance, neo-Darwinian synthesis, all we know is that our brains evolved to get our genes in the next generation.
Yeah, and it's like when you look at, animals not behaving very morally, and you're like, going back to some things maybe you were just saying, it's like, that seems like something we wouldn't do.
Right, yeah, that's
so I mean, and I know we talked through it, but then the pushback's like, well, someone somewhere, some culture somewhere don't have this standard or whatever. Yeah. But the broader point, I think, is...
Well, even to that point, when you dive into what's actually going on in those cultures that seem to be aberrant, the main moral things are still there. Even if it's like a culture where my tribe, we believe we can do all these bad things to your tribe, but people, inside our tribe, we have the same exact values and stuff. About not murdering and possession of property, not
and with
lying.
all of human history, even if there were like a handful of people, it's kind of like the exception proves the rule. And like that, like almost strengthens.
That's a bad culture.
That almost further strengthens. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
So if it's not DNA and evolution, other possible things are social contract theory, kind of like house rules. So
every culture maybe has different things, and it's like, hey, get to spy. We disagree. I'm not going to punch you in the face. Don't punch me in the face. We'll be good on this podcast.
Right, but that's not objective, right? We just agree to it. It's not something that is outside of our subjective agreement. And then human authority alone, so like some type of limited or just because I say it or might makes right. Just trying to think of what other things that might try to be grounded. So if we've missed some other way that
let us know.
try to ground objective moral values and duties, then let us know. The other way around this is to just say they don't exist.
Yeah, right.
But by pointing out that you thought we strawman the argument, I think that shows that they do exist, right?
Man, and it's not, I can't think of a real life situation where someone lives their entire life consistent with that anyway.
Right. You can't, because you always smuggle it in, especially when you feel like you've been wronged.
Number one.
You can't do that. That's wrong. Why can't I do that? Why can't I, take your purse? Why can't I take your wallet? Why can't I slap you? Why can't I call you ugly or fat or, all those things?
You tell my 3 and 4-year-old what's objective morality, they have no idea, but they do know Jaden called me a baby, or I don't know. It's like they're like not about having this unfair treatment or whatever.
Right. That's right. All right, so key takeaways. People naturally appeal to objective morality when claiming something is wrong. Objective moral laws point to an objective moral lawgiver. We call that person thing that's God, because he's got to be non-physical. Can't be made of this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. It's got to transcend this thing, but he has to be a person. It can't be like those Platonic, non-physical things.
Right, that's right.
So God is that best explanation.
Nice. And you have this in here. I know we're running along on time a little bit, but man, it would be nice to do a 5-part series on the more argument, but audience isn't probably there Michael probably would love to do it more, but you know what I mean? It's not like the form or the goal of this.
That is good. I'm glad I missed that. I put
it's right
that
above the key takeaway.
Okay. Oh yeah. Because what I was thinking is what I would consider ourselves, hopefully, is this edutainment. So it's educational entertainment, and so hopefully we're people are listening to us. We're doing a little banter. We're giving you a accurate.
That's right. Yeah.
Thumbnail sketch of what's going on. Maybe
without reading a textbook to you.
Right, because there are channels who do this. Alex, I can't remember his last name, but he's an atheist who seems to have had a really strong atheistic, but seems to be flirting with coming over to the other side. Very deep, inspiring philosophy. Very deep. William Lane Craig's. You can find some of his videos of debates. Very deep and exacting. So those channels are out there.
Yeah.
That's just not. We're trying to do this in like 30 minutes or so. So we're not trying to get down to the academic level of some of these. So I'm sure there are probably some academic responses, but I've read Oxford Press's thing on the problem of evil and the argument for morality. I'm sure I've forgotten some of that stuff, but I think I'm mostly accurately depicting that. So hopefully, if there's something I've missed.
Honestly, that would be helpful.
Very, very
and then
helpful.
We can whether we agree or disagree, we're at least engaging with things accurately.
That's right. And the talk show host, not Greg Koppel, he's the Jewish guy, Dennis Prager.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of his mantras is clarity, not necessarily agreement.
That's good.
So let's clarify what we mean. And if we're misrepresenting something, we want to hear that.
I love it. That's one comment.
That's one comment. I have the second one is even longer than this.
So that's what I was going to say. We're at kind of the 31.
We're at that time frame. So we probably should do the next comment in another session.
I think that sounds fantastic. We got this cool guy commenting on this too. This Kobe Forever 0824.
Yeah, Kobe Forever.
Who could that
be?
Who
is that guy?
I love it. That was good though, because we do want to be fair and objective and do things. We want to do things well. So I think that comes. I'm hoping for more back and forth on this with Strange Pan for real.
Yeah, Strange Pan, obviously. Yeah. Drop a video, type us some lines, whatever. We'll listen to it because we want to make sure that we are being objective and not strawmanning. So
I love it. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to leave the listeners with, Michael?
No.
All right, that's our take. Thanks for listening to Take 2. Find us wherever you find podcasts and on YouTube for those who want to watch our videocast.